Welcome to Africulture with yours truly, Larva McAfee, aka Nicole, with my special guest, Togbi Ngoyifia of Aflawu, Gakli, Grand Lomé, where we discuss Africulture. It is all about Africulture. Let's get it started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Africulture. I'm so grateful for you to be with us today. You are watching Africulture on Siana TV and chatting with Nicole. This afternoon, we are here again. We are here every Sundays from 4 p.m. 4 p.m. we start. We really we don't have a set time, but we are here 4 p.m. Eastern time or 9 p.m. GMT. And I want to welcome you all for joining today. I am so excited today. I don't know how this conversation is going to go, but today we have this topic that we are going to be discussing, and I have a full house today. I'm going to bring them in to introduce themselves to you. But the topic we want to talk about today is do some men, it says that some men, let me make sure I'm not saying all the men, some men do not know how to speak to women. All right. So we brought this up briefly last time Abla and John were on the show. And we tabled it. I tabled it that we're going to come back and discuss it. And I felt like I need to come back and discuss it because a lot of these conversations are happening nowadays. And I wanted us to come back and discuss. So we're going to discuss this. And also, the reason why I'm doing this here on Africulture is because I believe that our culture, our parenting, the way we were brought up may have something to do with this issue. And I'm going to give you the examples. I'm going to give you the reasoning, my reasoning. And we are going to only just give you what we think, what we feel, our own experiences. And then we want you guys to let us know of your thoughts. I want you to send in your comments, your questions. We want to know what you are feeling. We want to know if you agree or you do not. You do agree or you don't agree. We want to hear from you. If you have any questions, we want to hear from you. But this is an exciting conversation, at the same time, a very serious conversation, and we have to have it because it is affecting a lot of us. And we have to have this conversation to see if there's anything we need to do about how we are going about it and our relationships from one another and how we are parenting our children today. Miato ndakpe no be mi vakame. Miawezon do Africa too. Milesiana TV kudo chatting when call Nicole Egbe. Be ma dakpe na me be mi va muaji kudo mi Egbe a. Amesugon le kamenam. Egbe mia maton le jano kame Egbe a. Emi japon poso. Est-ce que nusu mi globe na ke abla kudo John over eka emwa me kudo September me. Mi globe na nusu deo. Amnusudeo omnyale ko la ponpo do da nyonu gbo. Me ko la ponpo do da nyonu gbo do minyo. Sigbeleke nusu omnyale ko ginasio. That's the word. Nusu do omnyale ko ginasio. Donc aye mi blo. E mbe mi a expliquer na me se mi ava fifiare mi a ponpo 20 bet poda benade. Est-ce que problème ya leke okpla mi doa ya leke mi a toku mi a no okpla mi doa le cause problème ya lo nous kebenyo donc a ebe discussion mi le ja wel be donc am dak pe na me be mi le kame donc am le ja kplo mi ato va kamere ne bia wa introduce wa do gbe na mi wa gro fiko ya ja gro introduction wa introduce wa do ko na me si ame ne mi ajeji donc am le ja yi ma kplo tutu gba am le ja kplo ablava e muaji. So Abla, welcome back.
Thank you. Hello.
All right.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Abla, you want to introduce yourself again? So to those people who do not know you, briefly, please.
Sure. So I'm Abla from the DMV, the Washington, D.C. area. I'm a member of the Ewa Association of Washington, D.C. and a member of the planning committee for Siena as well.
Yes, you are. Welcome back to the show. And I'm going to bring in John. John, welcome. Introduce yourself briefly to people who don't know you.
Okay. Hi. My name is John Amaglo. I'm also a member of the Area Association, but the one in Colorado, Denver, Colorado. I currently am the vice president of the Siena Youth Group, and
Yes.
I think that's about me.
Yes. Well, welcome back, John. Welcome back. So we're going to have our brand new member, guest joining us, Mercy. Mercy, can you introduce yourself, please, to everybody? Mercy, we can't hear you. I think you're on mute, probably. Can we hear you now? No, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Yep.
Sorry about that. My name is Mercy Oladosu. I am from Atlanta. I'm not from Ghana, but I do have Nigerian background.
You're Nigerian, yep.
Yes. So I'm really excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, Mercy. So last but not least, it is, okay. You got to pick up from there.
My name is David. Yes, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm David. I'm from Atlanta. I am the host son.
The host son.
Yes, I'm not a host of any organization as of yet, but
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so David is my son, and he's Mercy, and he's Mercy is his friend. Is Mercy is his friend. So we know each other, and this is the first time that John and Abla are meeting David and Mercy. So welcome you guys, and now we going to and Mercy, I do know you're from Nigeria, but I know you have, it is Mercy, everybody can know what Mercy means, but you have African name.
Yes. So my name is Tofu Me, which means God is enough for me. Tofu Me Mercy Olanike Oladosu. And some more, but yeah.
And some more. Okay. All right. And David, you have an African name?
Yes, it is Safianou. It is Togolese. I'm from Togo. It means a steadfast fighter, an honorable warrior.
Yeah.
That always obey and answers to commands. So basically, a fighter and a warrior.
Yeah, for a fighter and a warrior, and what do you call it? And it's the strong. It's the strength. Strength. So that is what that. Okay. All right. Abla, we already know it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Abla just mean Tuesday. We discussed that last time. And John, not really sure, but it could be Wednesday, right? John?
It's Thursday. So yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so smaller Yao, because my older brother was born on Thursday as well, so he's called Yao, and then I am the smaller Yao.
So you're gonna be, he's a Yao Gan. You're gonna be Yao.
So yes, but they didn't add a qualifier for
they
Yao.
Didn't add the qualifier.
Yeah,
okay.
Call him Yao, so I got the Yao Che.
Yao Che. Okay, there you go. All right, so today I am here. We are back here. Just like I said, we are going to talk about why. Abla, you kind of just mentioned it wasn't on purpose, but you kind of just mentioned where we're talking about, you were talking about the singles night, Sienna, and we brought it up that, some men, do not know how to speak to women. And I agree with that. And that was something that I tabled. So we are back here to talk about that. We want to talk about why, because it is something that is affecting our young men and it's affecting our young ladies. So I am here back to discuss that. So with that being said, because we have so much to discuss about this, I'm going to address you, Abla, and I'm going to ask you, why do you think that, some men, again, if you're on a call, we are saying some, not everybody. A lot of you, can do this. So Abla, why do you think that some men do not know how to speak to women? So Abla will take it from there and we will come back.
So, so why do I think make sure I say some men do not know how to speak to women? I think I would think for some, it's the upbringing. If they're not brought up by maybe a father who they saw respecting their mother, sometimes they don't know how to relate to women because that's what they saw in the household.
Mm-hmm.
I think in some other cases, I hate to
Mm-hmm.
say it, but we can also blame some women too because some women are too timid when men say some things that are disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is something I've witnessed. They may say something maybe a little sexually suggestive, and instead of
Mm-hmm.
letting them know that that made me uncomfortable, they'll
Mm-hmm.
laugh. And when you laugh, it encourages people, so they'll
Right.
continue.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's, if someone didn't say something before, they'll try it again. And so they run into the person who lets them know that, hey, you don't talk to me that
Mm-hmm.
way.
Right.
But I mean, I do think a majority of it is it's upbringing, the exposure,
Yeah.
what they see as coming up.
Okay. So that was, so do you have the experience yourself? Did somebody approach you and he just started talking about saying something and you just like, okay. It's just like, did you have the courage to respond? Did you have the courage to maybe not just respond, but tell them, um, you're coming about it, or you're saying this the wrong way, or you're approaching me the wrong way? Or does it just like, you just like, no, I'm not even going to talk to you?
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not going to talk to you because if you can't speak with me with respect, you're not like, I'm not going to waste my time. Because you don't know how to respect it clearly. So it's just like, there's no point in even having a conversation, because if you can formulate the words that you've just said to me, especially
Mhm.
if it's something very bad, I don't think
Yeah.
you can formulate a decent conversation. So it's not even worth me. So I'll walk off. I did have an experience where someone literally just approached me, and these are the words they said, and if they're watching, they'll probably know who they are. And they asked me, who is driving that body? So
Ooh.
I just walked off. I walked off. I was just like, first of, I don't even know your name. It's out at that. That's it. First of all, I don't even know your name. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. And I walked off because I'm not going to entertain that, because you don't speak to a lady that way. You can speak to a streetwalker that way, but not to a lady.
Yeah.
And that particular person like found me again, was like, apologizing. And I was like, I've heard you, I appreciate you showing remorse, and I've heard you. I didn't say it's okay, because it's not, but I've heard
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
And and then I took the opportunity, because at least they took the opportunity to apologize. So
Mhm.
then I let them know that that is not how you speak to a lady.
Okay.
That is just
Okay.
not acceptable. You do not walk on people like that. You wouldn't do that on I mean, for some people, I mean, they'll take it to court. So, I mean, you
Right.
don't talk to
Right.
people that way at
Right.
all whatsoever, and expect to have a decent and respectful conversation continue after that.
Right.
Because what do you say to something like that? So yeah, I walk off.
Okay. All right. So do you think this happened more often than none? Do you hear more often of the bad part, the bad way of approaching you? Do you see that more often in our, well, African man?
Yeah, I see a difference in the demographic that happens. Is usually, unfortunately, it's usually a lot of older African men.
Mm.
Sometimes half of them are married too.
Oh, yeah.
So I think some
Okay.
of them, so I think the older generation, they truly don't know, because I think maybe like these sexual harassment campaigns and trainings are a little bit more to the newer generations.
Mm-hmm.
So we're a little bit more mindful. But I think for our older generation, um, they like I unfortunately had a conversation not too long ago about like an age difference, like a young mothers or whatnot.
Okay.
And basically this guy basically said, oh, the only reason that it's not as prevalent now is because there's ways to take care of it. So I was like, so you're still justifying the abuse of a minor? And they realized what they said, and they also had to walk off, like they were embarrassed and walked off. So it's like, you're just saying, you're basically exposing, because there's ways to take care of these situations, you will not be caught.
Right.
But you're
Right.
telling.
Right. Right.
So I
Right.
think it's an older mentality, that I definitely see that coming from a lot more often, and it's very, very disheartening.
Yeah. It sure is. It sure is. So, I'm going to ask. I'm going to bring in, Mercy.
Yeah.
Um, do you agree with what, and have you experienced what, Abla just, told us? What do you think about that? Some men
Definitely.
get some men, I know you are about to give us it. Some men do not know how to speak to women, especially our African men.
I definitely agree. I think cultural upbringing is a big factor. I think especially in our culture, a lot of things it's about gender roles. Like women play this part and men play this part. And if you're not like this, then you're wrong. And some of it is, old school thinking where it's like women nowadays, we work more, and men are like, I expect my woman to cook for me 100, you must obey me, and that term obey, especially in this generation is very much like, it's a scary word, it's not a bad, it doesn't have to be a bad word, but it's been turned into this word where it's like, okay, I have to obey this man. And I think it's a lot of cultural upbringing, I think, unfortunately. But I also think that the younger generation as well, I think that it's getting a little bit better. I think for the older people, it's just kind of how it was back home. But nowadays, I think people are, starting to realize, hey, let's kind of come together, form this partnership. So it's a little bit better now. Yeah. There's still some issues, of course.
Work to do.
Yeah. There's still some work to do for sure.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring in David. Safianou, what do you think?
I think the two ladies are right. Even as a man, I agree that some men have a hard time speaking to women.
How do you know that? Let me ask. How do you know that? Do you experience it? I mean, are you having a hard time? Do you have a hard time speaking to women yourself?
I can say yes. I struggled in the past.
Okay.
I struggled in the past, and I think it's a lack of just not knowing what to say, pretty much, or not knowing how to approach. But I think if we're talking about the African culture, I think it's just merely based on watching our parents and just seeing what they're doing, and which is always the wrong thing, right? Because they're not doing it the right way.
Okay.
From what I see in African culture, from things that I see in the families that I see, men that I have seen talk to women, it wasn't so right. I can see her now, and I can think back and go back and say, okay, well, that wasn't the right way they were speaking to a woman.
To do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what do you have? Well, you say you struggled before. So are you saying that now you are comfortable, or you know how to talk to women now?
Yes, I think I'm more confident now. I think it was lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence. Okay.
Yes. I think it has to do with going out back then when I used to go out and staying out late and chasing girls. But when you look at it now, it's just pointless. It was all pointless because of lack of understanding and lack of just not knowing what to say. And a lot of women, they don't like that. A lot of women, they rather, they would choose who they want to be talked to. They choose, but at the same time, you just got to know your boundaries. Know when not to cross your boundaries, and know when to even know not to approach sometimes. That's a big thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll come back on that. So I'm gonna bring John in, and just John, you heard the ladies, and David. So what do you have to say? What do you have to say to us?
Yeah, I mean everybody's comment was spot on. I'll say definitely sometimes some men struggle. It's not just an African thing, but because I'm African, I guess I can speak to that. But one of the things I'd say that maybe is the problem is, I guess, the dominance factor for men. In African communities, I guess men, the way we are socialized, we grow up to feel like we are supposed to dominate. I guess dominate the females. So sometimes people come off the wrong way, the way they speak to women. They learn from the wrong sources. So they come out, they feel like, okay, I need to prove a point, and that does not come out really well. And And I guess from Abla's example, where somebody made that comment to her, I think social media and just things in general that are coming up on like TV and just the internet in general, where people are just seeing. I don't know if you guys really follow some of these people on social media, where they just go to different countries and try to talk to ladies, and they have a camera on their how do you call it, their sunglasses, and they
Oh,
make
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it's so easy to just talk to any woman.
Yeah.
And some of the things they say are very inappropriate. So some of the younger guys, they pick up on some of these things, feeling that if they use the same kind of words, it's going to be perceived as okay.
Right.
You're saying something
Right.
really cool. Meanwhile, it's really inappropriate. I mean,
It is.
personally, I've never approached any lady and said that before. I mean,
Yeah.
all the ladies I'm friends with, they know me. They know how I talk to them and stuff like that. So personally, I've never had issues like that in the past, and even right now, just I think being having a clear mindset makes it easy for you to really talk to ladies. But
That's
then
true.
if you have like ulterior motives, then it's like it's a little different. It's like you're kind of tense, you want to make sure you're saying the right thing all the time, instead of really being able to be in the moment and actually be able to like just come out as a friend, just because I feel ladies feel secured around people they perceive as not a threat. So if you're coming, you're coming for the kill, that's where it becomes like you are hunting, and
Right.
and the prey is definitely going to run away from you. So yeah, I think it's a variety of different factors that make it difficult for some men to talk to women. Sometimes we have all these, they say pickup lines, and some of them, they are funny, some inappropriate, and sometimes people will go, learn all these pickup lines.
Yeah, and they're gonna
they
throw it
don't
out
know
there,
the
which
situations
work.
to
Yeah.
use them in, and that's where it becomes a problem. You need to
Right.
definitely be able to read the room, like they say, read who you're talking to, know if what you're about to say will sound appropriate or not. So
Right.
yeah, that's
Right.
what
Okay. All right. So I thank you for your input. And just to make sure that we are clear, John, you are married, right? So
yes.
you are a happily married man with 3 kids, and we were talking about that earlier. Did you think that you have to struggle yourself as person? I mean, before you got your wife, did you struggle through trying to speak to women? Did you struggle yourself?
So I'd say yes, and then later no.
Okay.
So back when I was, in like high school, I went to a boarding school
Mm-hmm.
as early as junior high school, and then in my senior high school days, I went to an all boys senior high school, Bishop Herman College, and
Mm-hmm.
it was really like difficult for me to talk to ladies because
Yeah.
I was I don't know, it's not like I had any kind of ulterior motive or anything like that, but I was just really shy. I
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a Christian home. Like
Uh,
I don't really go to parties and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
So I wasn't doing any of those things. I don't drink, I don't smoke, nothing. So for me, it was really like I was just really shy talking to ladies. I remember one time I had like an incident, which maybe I'm not going to details about, but some friends actually go bring a lady to me to talk to, and it was really awkward at the time. So fast forward, getting to the University of Ghana. In my first semester, I told myself, I'm done with my shyness, and it's never going to happen again. And I don't know where all my courage came from, but ever since I went to college, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all those who knew me from back in college, it's not like I was like a womanizer or anything like that, but I just like I had so many female friends,
Mm-hmm.
like comfortable around me. And it just really easily flowed the way I talk. I talk
Mm-hmm.
it was just easy. I just had like so many female friends back in the day. So I think I just kind of overcame my own fear by just telling myself I'm not going to be shy anymore.
Right, right. I think that's why I think we're gonna come back to that, because if you have, especially like a man, when you are yourself, you are being yourself, and people know that women see you as you respect them, you have have this genuine, you are genuine toward them, you respect them. That's the key. You respect them, and you can be yourself. You can be yourself. They can count on you. They are going to be comfortable around you, definitely. So and I thank you for your input. So I am going to Abla. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I believe, and I truly do believe that some men do not know how to talk to women, because let me bring you all in so that you guys can tell me. But I do believe, the reason why I say I believe is because I have, I'm not going to sit here if I tell you my own experience. Abla, I was asking you, what is your own experience? I remember, let me give you this example. There was a guy, right? Guy Togolese. This man, I've known him for a very, very long time. And then he got married. And I was even part of the wedding and all of that. And then after the wedding, after he got married, he came to me, he said, how is it that all these years he's been trying to go out with me, and I never agreed, I never even pay attention to him? And I was like, wait, so all these years you've been trying? So I'm like, you've been trying, how have you? Because I did not notice, you know what I mean? I did not notice that he's been trying, but he's telling me that he's been trying. And the way he's been trying in his mind, when we talk, he will tell you all these jokes, these dirty jokes, and I don't condone it, right? He'll tell you all those dirty jokes, and he'll tell you about stories back home and stuff like that. So that is just having a conversation. But then for him, that is him telling me that he's interested in me. You know what I mean? So he will be telling me these things, and I would just like, I need to get off the phone, because I do not like a man with dirty jokes. I do not like a man coming to me and calling names and trying to, no, I just don't do it. It's disrespectful. So I get off the phone. So how can you not notice, if you've been trying all these years, can you not notice that when you bring up these things, I leave. I don't want to listen to it. You know what I mean? But he kept continuing this whole time. He was like, I've been trying all these years. And I said, there's no way. If you know me, there's no way you can speak to me this way and expect me to think that you are interested in me. So, and the women say that, the wife does not know this, but the wife say that if she didn't come to him, they wouldn't be married, because she's the one who approached him. She's the one who said the things that he's supposed to say. He's the one who called, because she said her clock was ticking. She needed a husband. So she has to go to him and kind of talk to him so that they can, and this happened because of her. So if it was up to him, have to go to this lady or go to other women and say, and say the right thing and get them, it would never have happened. So we have this thing, because in back home, I know that we don't know how to talk to women, and we expect women to just respond to these, disrespect words and just come and just say this, and we jump on this. I believe it's because it is our culture. I think in Africa, I'm going to talk about our African men. It is our culture, because we are raised, our parents, before it's arranged marriage. Before, way back, my parents got arranged marriage, and they were arranged. They didn't have to talk and go to the lady. My dad didn't have to go to my mom and say, oh, I like you. Oh, you have a nice eyes. You have a nice lips. There was none of that, right? So they were arranged. The wedding, the marriage were arranged. So we, African mother and father, especially fathers, we raise our young man to be responsible, just to know how to take care of household, provide for your family. That's what we are raised. We are raised, our African men are raised to provide for our family. You have to be the man of the house. You have to take care of them. So we don't think about, our parents never teach us how to talk to a lady. They never told you that you have to be respectful, because in Africa, when we have back home before, you have to respect, the wife has to respect, like, Marcy was saying, the wife has to respect you. You have to cook, you have to provide for him, you have to do all of this. So we don't expect the man to be respectful to us. We're supposed to be respectful to them. We're supposed to respect them, but they didn't teach them to respect us because
Yeah.
we are supposed to just be. You know what I mean? So I think that mentality is still working in our head, in our man. And then as they get older, it stick there. It's not going away. It's still there. So they'll just see us and just approach us like we are nothing. Like, no, it has changed. Especially we are not in Africa. You know what I mean? So we have to change. So I see, and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because our parents, their fathers did not teach them that.
Yeah.
That's why we are discussing this on agriculture here, because we still have that mentality, the upbringing that we got from back home, the upbringing we got from our grandparents. It is still in our heads. We are still using that. We are still thinking that we can talk to a woman anyhow. And this man talking to me, giving me dirty joke, for him, that's supposed to, I'm supposed to jump. And I'm like, no, you haven't met me. You really have not met me. That doesn't work on me. It doesn't work on ladies. So, man, we ladies, no matter how you met us, we want respect. When you approach us, you have to tell us something. Even just saying, Abla, like a man telling you, you look pretty. That is not even respectful. Pretty, you look beautiful. If you see a woman, just an example, you look beautiful. You know what I mean? Like they'll give you compliment of your dress, the way your dress makes your breast on your boob look. No, you have to compliment the lady and saying that dress makes you look this way. You know what I mean? Dress makes you look beautiful. You're complimenting the lady, not the dress. So with men, you just have to they have to learn. And John, you're like, okay, like, so we have to think about this. It is cultural thing. As far as our African men are concerned, I think it's cultural thing. We have to know that, yes, you have to be responsible. You have to be a man of the house. You have to take care of the household. You have to be the man. But at the same time, you still have to know how to treat women. You still have to know how to approach them. You still have to know how to, to talk to them, to respect them, because they earn it. They deserve it. We earn it. We deserve it. And we want better. We deserve, and we are asking for respect. So that is my take, Abla, for that, because I have the experience. I agree with you that some men do not, and we have to change that. We have to learn that. And I'm also seeing, giving them the benefit of the doubt because of how we are raised. So I think it has to do with how we are raised. So it is affecting us. It is affecting us, and we have to think about that. And we have to start changing our mentality. So Abla, do you have anything else to add on here? Do you have anything else to add?
Oh, no, I don't. I think that's well, I guess I will add to what you were saying about the upbringing, because I saw this video a few days ago where basically the person was saying that in regards to like bad behavior from some men, that a lot of men, they're not taught how to be a man. They're just told not to be a woman. Like, stop crying, you're not a girl. Stop doing this, you're not a girl.
Strong.
So they're taught,
So
they're taught not to be a woman, but not necessarily. Some of them are not taught how to be a man. So this is also why there's this disrespect towards women, because they're kind of taught to hate these certain attributes that are of feminine characteristics.
That's another point. John, what do you think?
I mean, I definitely agree with what Abla just said about men being taught not to be, men. But again, sometimes it's not really the man's fault. Sometimes it's like we sometimes have mixed. I'd say we read some of the signs different. Some of the things that maybe a woman might be showing you might not really be what she's to portray. Like one of my friends actually just sent me a message about making sure I put this out there. She's like, don't let our kindness look like we're flirting with you guys, and sometimes it's really like that. You kind of like this girl, and she she's showing you like so many signs, and it's almost like she likes you back, but then she probably just likes you like a brother, you know, or she just likes you because maybe you are really a nice person.
Right.
But you are reading it in a different light.
Right.
You're thinking, oh, she actually likes me. And then, you know how, like, I don't know about, you know, other people, but a lot of guys, we have guy friends and we talk to each other. We're like, hey, man, I think I like this girl. And then I think you like me, and all your friends are like looking and then telling you all the same thing. They're like, oh, she definitely likes you. Because this happened to me in college myself. You know, there was this girl who back in the day, and I don't know if I should tell the story, but you know,
tell the story.
We were really cool. We were really cool back in the day. You know, I used to go to where her hostel was, and because we had like water problems in school, I used to go there because I had friends, and I'll go shower friends' rooms, and then I guess after that I'll go to her room, and we were kind of like really cool and all that. So you know, all my friends were telling me, man, this girl likes you, blah blah blah, you know. And it got to the point where everybody was telling me, hey, it's time for you to, you know, shoot for the jugular.
That's crazy, yeah.
So, you know, I mastered courage, you know, to say what I needed to say. And I guess it was not, I don't know if it was not mutual or it just was not what, you know,
it wasn't what she was expecting. She
Yeah.
didn't have that mind.
I don't know if she didn't have it, but I guess I didn't get the answer I was looking for.
You were looking for.
We were still really cool and all that, but
yeah.
I guess sometimes, you know, as men and, you know, having friends, sometimes influence, you know, your thought process and decision sometimes might not, you know,
it might not be it. Yeah.
Yes, you know, because I mean, sometimes we don't really, we're not trying to offend the ladies, you know. It's like, okay, I like you.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to put that across, but to the ladies, like, oh, now you've betrayed that trust I have in you because I really just thought we were like friends.
Right.
She put you in the friend zone, but you did not have a friend zone, and that creates a whole lot of confusion.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know what else to say, but I think I think on the part of men, sometimes it's just like our egos get hurt sometimes, and you know, in our societies, you know, just the male pride is like
I know
we don't take lightly to rejection because we're used to always having
getting
that.
your way.
Yeah, we need to get our way all the time. So it's like when you go and you don't get, you know, the answer you're looking for, then if you don't if care is not taken, then they start resorting to anger, insults, you know, saying this. Personally, I've never done anything like that before because I didn't grow up that way. But I've seen it happen multiple times. People tell me, hey, you know, this guy trying to talk to me and I'm not interested. And now he starts calling me the B word or the H word or saying all sorts of things. And normally I'll probably say that's even not a lot of African men. It's probably a culture. I'll say the U.S. culture
it is too.
It's definitely a U.S. thing.
And again, it's more like I don't know if it's I don't know, but yeah, that's what I've realized. I've not seen a lot of African men really like come after you and you rejecting them and them just starting to insult you. It almost, I'd say that
it's rare, but I've had that happen to me once in public.
Yeah, it's going to be there, but it's probably low or it's probably somebody influenced Western culture.
Yeah,
but
I think
that's definitely
African
an American
men will
thing.
definitely be afraid to do that. And first of all, they're gonna be afraid to do that because again, you know, they will be a little reluctant to do that. So, but here, you know, African American man is different, or you know, not just African American, but you know, in general, men here in general, they will do that more than us African men, because I mean, they gotta think twice to do that. Unless they are drunk or they're just not in their right mind. But you know, that I agree with that. So Mercy, what do you think? You have anything else to add?
Yeah, that experience has happened to me when I was younger at the gym. This man had approached me and he was just kind of flirting, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm not interested. Like, I, you know, just here to work out. I'm focused on other things. And immediately he took offense and he was like, do you not like men? Like he just started kind of attacking me in the gym. And then after that, I like moved gyms. I was like, I don't want to run into this man again. So those things happen. And it's, it can get really scary because, people have died because of rejection.
Right.
So unfortunately, which is sad. But in terms of, men not knowing how to talk to women, I think definitely in terms like rejection, when it comes to rejection, some men don't know how to handle that. I don't think it's really an African thing.
It's just a man in general.
Yeah, just that for sure.
Yeah. Safianou, what do you think? You have anything else to add?
I think I agree. From what John was saying about the friend zone, and not knowing which step to take after that. When you're talking to a girl, you think everything's going well, and maybe they're leading you on, and then next thing you know is okay, stop. But I agree. I think it's the approach. The approach that you're bringing in the beginning matters, right? I think most men have been put in a friend zone because of the step that they approach in the beginning, right? I think it's very important to, not only let a girl know you like her or you're interested. Now, I think interested should be a word to use mostly, right? So they're aware of it. Because I think a lot of time African culture, where we have a culture where we're so friendly among each other. Whether it's women and men, even African men, we have so many women as friends, right? So, that could be an issue between, finding somebody you like and then, just leading them on or they're leading you on and not knowing which step to take. I think with fathers, fathers just don't spend enough time with their kids. And for to communicate with them and to show them which way to go when it comes to women. I think a lot of time is mothers are the one that's raising their kids, and whether you have boys or boys, then the mans don't know what to do. When they approach women and they don't know how to talk to them, and then they end up leading towards society, how society talk to women, how things that they do, whether it's even through music, people listen to music and they take that
and they take those words
and they go out there and be like, hey shorty, like 50 Cent, right? So it's just I think it's just having a structure, having a manly
that's the key. To
have an instructor, a man that's a structure to to tell their kids how to talk to women, and also to show their wife, to let them see it, because everything kids see, they're learning. They're they can see it and they can grasp upon what they're able to see in front of them. But if they didn't grow up seeing that in front of them, then they're just going to lean to what's in the world, and
Right. That's good. That's good to hear. So guys, you are joining us today. We are talking about, we say some men do not know how to speak to women. And we are discussing that. So we have, it's not a conversation we are even going to be able to discuss all today. We are talking about the fact that some women do not know how to talk to men, and we just wanted to, chime in. We want you guys to chime in, and I'm gonna go in and see the comments, what you guys have to say out there. But this is not all. This is just expressing our experiences, and we're just expressing what we know. The reason why we are having this conversation is because it has to do with our culture. That's why I'm bringing this, because it has to do with our culture. And I have my son, Mercy, Abla, and John here, because they are all considered our younger people, so that we can hear from them. And we want to encourage this, so that if there is something if it is in our culture, then we may need to slightly change it for, our young people who are growing up now, so that they won't have the same problems that we are having today. But it is not one and done. So this is just what we think. So don't take it to the bank. You can let us know what you think. You can reach out to me if you have any concerns or any questions about this. But honestly, we just need to talk through this and come together and hear from our young folks as well. So thank you for staying online with us. Nyabe mi le do anglais ho but you know nyabe mi le say anglais mi le say you know English nyacha mi le say wa mi le pompo so nusuko omjina omnyale ko la pompo do na nyonu ebe problem mi le do problem na nusudeo mnyal ko ponampo na nyonu gado mo c'est parce que parents parce que mia tong bla mi benade leke mi le on fion mi leke mi la pompo na nyonu vo fion mi leke mi la no responsable la home mi la po nyonu ji mi la po de vioji mi la po ahoeji mi do la no eni puissant mi la on ke mi la on anu souvoir mfiomi miato mfiomi benare le ko do la pompo nu ko do nyonu yo le ko la do la respecter nyonu yo sans benyam le bon tam nyo amero le we fifi bo am nene o kpla mi on yentie po be situation ale do donc mle ja po benare ne nyare le mi asia mi so do commentaire ame ne mi a discuter. But guys, I'm going to bring everybody in because I have some comments here. I want you guys to see some comments from your people. Where is for Amaglo, Elder Amaglo, they want to know where you're from. He said that he knows Amaglo family from Togo. He want to know where you're from, so that goes to you.
I think I responded in a comment to him.
Oh, you did? You responded?
Yeah, I'm originally from Togo, Davie Tekbo. And I think he said we are related. So.
Oh, he said we are. Oh, okay. So that's Claude. Don't got me related. Okay, that's my friend Claude. So I think our black example from the guy is more creating attention than conversation. That is that for that one for Abla. And then Asava. Okay, that one we got. It says, bro, David is right. Okay, David, you said something that it was right. It says I'm originally from Togo. Okay, Davi Tekpo in. Oh, Davi Tekpo, welcome. Xavier Tekpo. Davier, that's where he's from.
That's where I'm from.
Oh, that's where
I'm the one responding. Yes.
Never mind, John. Never mind, John. So John said you're originally from. Okay, there you go. So I'm going back here. Let me go from here. That is John. That's still John. John, I didn't realize you've been busy. Okay, you've been busy. Okay, you guys need to have a conversation later. So you just have a friend that you didn't even, family member you didn't even know you had. So I have Joseph. I think conversation. Okay, I said what? I think conversation has to do with. Oh, okay, competitiveness. Okay, we get it. Okay. Hey, hello, Efo Daji, Monsieur Daji, bonsoir, Nolo. We see you. So a lot of comments. Every time you guys come here, we get a lot of interactive. So that is good, guys. That is good from our young people. And I like this. Most African men have ego issue and refuse to change from that because they might feel defeated in front of a woman. That is so true too, right?
That's
so
true,
that's what we are talking about, the ego. You know, is this ego that we can't take a no for an answer. You know, we have to be on top. A woman has to be, you know, the bottom. We have to be the one who win. We have to be the one who have this girl. You know, that's why you have men, you know, competing. Like, you know, we're going to see who gets the girl first or who sleeps with her first and all of that. So we have, yes, men have ego. They don't like to lose. They want to have their way all the time. But at the same time, if you guys are approaching us the way you're approaching us, that's when you're going to be getting the rejection. You know what I mean? So if you don't learn how to approach us, then you're not going to win. So we have to learn, you have to learn how to approach women. You have to learn how to respect them enough and know how to approach them. That way, they can, even if they're going to say no, they're going to say it easily. You're not going to be hurt. Your ego is not going to hurt. It depends on how you approach it. So we have to change. You have to change. If you have this ego, you don't want to lose. You don't want to, you know, feel, just approach them with respect. Approach women. Change the way you approach women. Change the way you see them, because we are women. We are, I mean, a lot of us, it's not back home anymore. A lot of we are paying our own bills. We are paying our own mortgages. We are paying our own car notes. You know, we are doing all of this. So if you don't come to us with this respect, that's when you're going to get this reject, and not just reject, but we just want to walk away from you, and then you're going to feel hurt. So we need you guys to change the way you see us. We need you to learn that we are people and we can be hurt, and we need respect. We demand respect. So if our parent did not teach us, we can learn the good ways. We're not going to learn from music, from what is saying in the music. Let's learn. Let's learn our culture. Let's learn and respect women, and just learn. Just talk to some people and and do it right. Do it right so that you don't feel all of that hurt. Anyway, anybody else? You guys have anything else you want to add on here? Before I do that, John, you say something earlier, and I want to make sure this friend who messaged you to make sure that we don't confuse the kindness. I wanted to also say something about that. We want to make sure that women, as women, we have to understand that there are just some men who are nice, right? They are nice. I can tell you honestly, I have male friends than women friends. I can tell you that. But it's not like we have anything going on, right? It's just male friends, because anyway, that's a different conversation. So I have more male friends. So I need to understand that when you have these male friends in your life, and they're helping you, they're supporting you, it doesn't mean that they're interested, or sometimes they may be. So the key is, in order for us to say, because I'm nice to you or because I'm kind to you, you are thinking that you are interested in me. All of this, I think it can only be eliminated by just being honest. If you like the girl, just say your intentions up front. You like the girl. Maybe you want to play around and then say, maybe I like you. You're going to get to know them. But when you do get to know them and you like them, it's okay to say, just say it, express it. If you say it to them, then, there's no confusion. They can tell you, no, I don't see you that way. Or they can tell you, yes, I'm feeling that. Or maybe they may not tell you. So we do know that there are some men who are just nice. They are just nice to us. It doesn't mean that they are interested in you. It just means that they are interested in you as a sister or as a brother. So that's why communication is important. We can't just assume. Just like your incident, John, when you thinking just because she allowed you to take a shower and do all of that, she's into you. But she really is. Her mind was something else. She was thinking about maybe somebody else, maybe one of those friends that were telling you to go. Maybe her mind is one of those those men. You know what I mean? So I think it's just communication. It's important for us to communicate, and to communicate the right way, and to communicate the right time. Because you don't want to just approach a woman, there's this loud music and everybody else, and you're trying to, we have to think about all of this. You want to approach women, what do you say? Where do you say? How do you say? And the moment is very important as well. Anyway, before that, anybody, you guys have anything else to add on here? I think.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just want to make a quick correction. So I was not showering in the lady's house.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that clarification. Okay.
So we had it's like a hostel where it's like, guys
the hostel. Okay.
One floor, girls on the other floor, like that. So I go to my friends who are in that hostel, the guys, shower in their hostel, and then I go upstairs. So not shower in the girls' room.
So it's not in her. Okay, good. Thank you for that clarification.
Just to correct. Yeah, so nobody has the wrong impression.
Nice.
Also, I just since I'm already talking, I was just going to say that for a lot of men, what we have been conditioned to understand is that we need to impress. We need to impress women. So most of the time we look at it from the point of view of materialistic things. Okay, you need to show off so this lady knows, this is what you come with.
You got it.
Like even if you don't drive this kind of car, you want to either borrow or I don't know, rent or something that to show off. You don't dress a certain way, but now people are in your ears and making you feel like, hey, you need to wear these kind of shoes, you need to wear this kind of watch, you need to spend this amount of money, you need to take her to this kind of restaurant, or you need to go to this kind of place, you need to smoke hookah or something like that, you need to so that she feels that you belong. And that's what is worrying a lot of the younger guys, coming up.
Yeah.
Personally, some of these things I've not had issues with them because one, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything,
That's
so
good.
like growing up back in Ghana before coming here, I mean, I was as poor as can be, and I still had like so female friends. It's not about you really, showing off. It's about how genuine you are. People
Right.
don't. Really, I mean,
Character.
genuine ladies don't care about your money because
Mm-mm.
an example for me was when I was back in college. I had this female friend who was like a really good friend to me, and she will even go out with other guys and call me and be like, "Hey, what do you want to eat?" And then she would spend other guys' money and get me food,
And
and
get you food.
and they would drive to my hostel, and then she'd bring the food to me. Like, we were really good friends. Nothing involved sexually or anything like that. So I feel like when women like you, they don't really care about some of things that. Now if you're trying to move to the next level of you guys trying to be in a relationship and maybe long term, that's when maybe they might, I don't know, maybe consider if you are taking yourself seriously, in terms of putting your finances together and stuff like that. But I feel, I mean, what you have is what you present, and I guess how you plan to level up is what is more important. So I guess just knowing how to approach, knowing how to have a good conversation, just knowing how to behave. You don't have to show off. You don't have to, if you have it and they see
It's
it, that's
fine.
cool. If
Right.
you don't have it, you don't have to kill yourself to show that this is
That's true.
this is what I have, because if they like you, they like you. I mean, the
Yeah.
lady I'm talking about back in the day, like she'd be like, "Hey, let's go get ice cream." We get there, she's not even going to let me spend my money. She's going to buy the ice cream for me. But then, on the other hand, if it's another guy, she's going to spend that guy's money. So
Right.
I just feel you just have to be yourself. If you start with ungenuine behavior, you're going to hurt yourself.
It's
You
going
go,
to end.
you go and you start showing off. You have money and you don't really have it, and you're borrowing money.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Right.
Okay, you started taking me to 5-star restaurants. We're going to
I
keep
didn't
it that
expect
way.
that.
And now you're going to be in deep trouble when you're not able to
Yeah.
afford it anymore.
Right.
At that point, maybe she was really feeling you, but now you cannot afford it
It's
anymore.
really,
You're in big debt, or something happens and you guys don't work
Right.
out. You just spent money for nothing, So
Yeah.
just being
Yeah.
genuine and being yourself is really, like, I'd say, one of the most important things.
I agree with you. I have a topic on chatting with Nicole that I have that same conversation, because we have people going and borrowing money just to rent a car, borrowing money and taking a lady to 4-star or 5-star hotel or restaurant, and then I mean, how long is that going to last? You know what I mean? Because if you start it this way, you have to keep it up, because if you start it, you're faking it. How long are you gonna fake it? You can't. It can't go far. So if that person, like you said, they love you for the 5-star restaurant, then what is gonna happen tomorrow? What is gonna happen the next week? So I think just being honest and showing your true self is important. So you can't just fake it. You can't just pretend to be somebody that you are not. And even if you fake it, I'm talking, when I say guy, goes to women as well. You can't really fake it for long. You can't fake anything for long. So if your pocket is not deep, trust me, it is not going to turn around. We're gonna know it. We'll see it through you. We'll see it through you. So you can't go and rent a suit. It's okay. The thing is, even if you rented it, tell her that, you know what, this thing is rented, because you want her to know, because tomorrow, next day, you have it, and then you are looking like this, like, okay, so which one are you? We have to figure out which one is which. So I really do agree that, honestly, it is very, very important. We need to be honest. We need to be genuine. We need to come across. And if you don't know it, we'll cheat you. Women will cheat you things. Women will tell you, if you're just genuine, they really like you, they'll cheat you. They'll support you. They'll be there for you. So just starting right. Starting right is important. Abla, what do you think? I think you were quiet today. You were a little.
Oh no, no. Actually, I was gonna chime in about the kindness thing too. So, Because I had a situation, this was someone at my church, like the kindness, some guys also don't know how to, like, well, we said that they don't know how to take no, but there's also a non-violent way of it too. Like they don't take no and think that they need to continue. So there was I'm gonna say a kid at church, because I let them know they were much younger than me, and hopefully they'll see this because they haven't stopped. And apparently I greeted them one Sunday, and I do not remember this interaction whatsoever. And next thing I know, the auntie pulls up with him, like outside, talking after church. And this auntie pulls up like, my nephew is interested in you. And I'm like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I should come and give him my number. So I was like, just to be respectful, I'm like, you need to come here for one. Why would I don't know. So one, his auntie had to do the talking for him. And I knew he was young. So I let him know quickly, oh, you're younger than me and I'm not interested. And he refused to take that answer. And was trying to like bring in reinforcement, like the following Sunday.
Reinforcement.
Followed me like he brought his, I was trying to like dodge him or whatever and preoccupy myself, like, stay with my cousin and her husband. And then he was like, yeah, I brought my auntie to talk to you. I was like, you can bring Jesus to talk to me, because I said no. I said no.
I think this is why we need to separate the youth group among the old and the young.
Yeah, I mean, he
needs to be.
Well, I'll say this. I think the person's possibly, they may be a Gen Z. They might be a Gen Z. I don't think they're a millennial, but they might be a Gen Z. Somewhere at the end of that millennial Gen Z cusp, right?
Yeah.
And this is someone who also, I think he was very fresh to the country. I think he'd been there like at least 6 months at that point. From Kumasi streets to DMV. Kumasi streets. You didn't stop in Accra. I mean,
he just came,
but he hasn't been anywhere. Like, I could already tell you have not. Like, I've traveled the world where like you just Kumasi streets. Sorry, like I'm very fresh. Yes. And I was trying to let him know there's cultural differences. He truly refused. Continued messaging me, telling me that his life was meaningless without me. And I don't remember the Sunday.
I give it to him though. I give it to him. He tried.
No, well, the thing.
So there's a saying, age is just a number.
That's what he was saying. That's exactly what he was saying. But I think
sometimes people are going to keep, like if you have like friends who think you should still keep going for it, they're going to be pushing you.
He was going to go for it.
So here's the thing. I sent people to tell him no. And he has relatives. Like, so he has friends that are like, they came from Ghana. They've been here for a few years. They're married. They met their friends. And then he has relatives in the house he's living, like myself, born and raised here too. So they're also kind of able to tell him like, hey, the ones that are born here, this is how they are. The ones back home, this is how they are. I've sent people to reinforce the no. To the point that I even had to say like, and so it's sad. You want to be a nice person. You don't want to be mean, because if you're mean too, you get into the situations where you like Mercy said, people end up losing their life when you reject them. And I was like, you're very respectful. Thank you, but I'm not interested. And I think he also thought because he's younger than me that there's a level of desperation that I should have, and I should who am I to turn him down? So there was also a little that air of arrogance as well too, but. The kindness, good morning. I really don't know what I said to him. I don't remember meeting him. I don't remember exchanging names, but apparently whatever words I said translated
whatever you say,
I love you. Like it turned into like something complete.
Wow. Wow, that is extreme. So that is definitely is extreme. But I mean, just the kindness. And I think that the way we speak to people, I do agree that sometimes when you don't want somebody, you don't want to continue to lead them on, right? So if you're not interested, just like Abla, you said the no over and over. You said the no, and you continue to say the no, and you didn't say anything else. Whatever it is you said that day, that transformed his whole thing. His heart is like, I don't know what it is you said, but after that, when you are not interested, you did say no. And you continue to say no. You continue to send people to say no. So that is different. But sometimes, you have some people who come to you and then they are interested in you, and you really don't say yes or you don't say no either. There's circumstances where the girl is not saying yes and she's not saying no. So you are in between. So you continue to do this and you continue to do that because you don't know exactly where she's coming from. What is her decision? Is she in or not in? So we're going back to what we were saying earlier, that just be, if it's a no, it's a no. So Abla, I don't know. Maybe this might just be, he might just be it. I don't know. But the fact that you keep saying no, if it is no, you're going to continue to say your no. And that's the way we do. We want to say our no. Let our no be no. I think that's another topic I have on chatting on Nicole. It is, if you say no, let it be no. If it's no, just keep it no. Don't be coming back and he says something, ha, 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 ha. He says something, ha, ha, ha. You're doing all of this. In his mind, you are interested. Something is, he has a chance. And then he's like, let's go to the movies. And then you say yes. And then he goes to the restaurant. You say, oh, you want him to pay for your meal, but you don't want him to date you. All of these are mixed signs. So women, it is misleading. These are misleading. So if you're not interested in a man, you know that, for example, John is interested in me. I know he's interested in me. So if I'm not interested in him, I cannot allow him to keep spending his money on me. If I'm allowing him to take me to the movies, allow him to take me to the ice cream place and getting me ice cream, taking me to the clubs and stuff, and allow him to spend his money on me, John is going to think that, you know what, you need me. You just playing hardball. You just playing hard to get. You want me because you're allowing me to spend my money on you. So if a man is coming to you and you think that he's interested, but you're not interested, make sure that it's clear that you are not interested. Don't let him spend his money. Don't let him spend his energy and time and focusing and following you, pursuing you, knowing that no. And then he's be sitting there and then you're going to bring another guy there. Like what is going on all these times. So we have to be genuine. We have to be honest. We have to be able to say no. When it's no, it is a no. So we have to be able to do that because it is very, very important. If you're not in it, you are not in it. Do not allow a man to continue to spend his energy and money on you. This example that I was telling you guys, this man, he's a business owner, right? So I was doing business with him. He never gave me not even a discount. So for me, there's no way I would have thought that he's interested in me because he never did anything free for me. You know what I mean? Like giving me a discount. So for me, not even that. So me, I have a lot of male friends. And what I do is to make sure that I don't have anything, I'm not expecting anything from you. When we go to dinner, I will either pay, or if he pays, next time we go, I will pay. You know what I mean? I don't ever allow them to spend their money on me, because without me doing something, without me taking the bill next time, that's how I do it. Either I pay it, or if they pay it next time, it will be me paying, because I know there's nothing. Because he's not going to expect anything from me. I'm not expecting anything from him. So ladies, we need to be honest and we need to be fair to women. I mean, men who are following us or interested in us. We need to be able to say, if you're not interested, do not allow him to struggle. Do not allow him to be going out of his way to please you. Do not allow him to do that, because it's not fair. So we need to, if it's a no, it's a no. Don't let him struggle when you know in your heart that you don't want it. You know that you're not in it. We have to be honest. Mercy, what do you have to say? I think David is back. Okay.
No.
Mercy, what do you have to say? You have anything else to add?
I really agree with what everyone said, and especially about being genuine, even from both parts. I think we tend to just put it all on the guy as well, and not really look at how culture has impacted the women, as us as women as well, and how we approach men, maybe a little bit more timid, or we just kind of like watch and see what they do and don't say anything, or we're not really out and open with what we want. Maybe we just let it, and so that maybe guys will start spending the money and we're like, okay, I'm just going to watch. I'm just going to let, see what happens. And then eventually they start catching feelings, and, it leads to a situation where someone gets hurt in the
Somebody
end.
gets hurt.
So,
That's true. That's true. I have this, let me see. I have this comment here. I'm going to bring this up. It says a lack of confidence. If you don't feel confident in what you say, you might hold back from, and yeah, we have that. And then we said anxiety, social anxiety, worrying about how others perceive you can make it difficult to engage in a conversation. Yes, that's why we don't allow pressure, right?
Yeah.
So the way, a lot of men have friends who are just pouring these nonsense in their heads, and they're feeling pressure. You are feeling pressure if you're around all these men who are telling you this is what you need to do. You need to look this way for this girl to like you. It's nonsense. It is nonsense. We just need you to be honest. We just need you to be true to yourself. We just need you to be honest and respect us and just come in and just tell us the truth. These anxiety, the society anxiety, we don't care. We really don't care. We just want a man that can be true. So don't take this anxiety from other people, and it's nonsense. That's not what we want.
Even
Men
to
don't
what
take
he's saying
no.
about the
Okay.
social, sorry, to what he's saying about the social anxiety too. While I agree with those things, I think those are things
Mm-hmm.
that both men and women, but
Mm-hmm.
ideally also men, because men are we're taught that men are supposed to lead. I think social anxiety, that's something you may need to work
Mm-hmm.
on,
Right.
managing well, because if you're
Right.
very anxious, a lady may not even feel that you can lead her anywhere. So that's another
No.
thing too.
No.
So not saying, I mean,
Exactly.
it's
That's a good
understandable,
point. Yeah.
but at
Mm-hmm.
least work on it and wait till you're ready. When you're ready, and it will flow.
Then you can come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you are supposed to be the one holding things down. You know what I mean? You are supposed to be the
Yeah.
one who is the man of the house. Exactly. So if you have all these anxieties, okay, so you and I, who is gonna, how we have anxiety, women, right? So if you are coming us with anxiety, then how are we gonna trust you to hold us,
Yeah.
up?
Where's that sense of
So you have to
safety
work on that.
and that
Right.
yeah.
You're supposed to be our safety. So you have to work on
Hmm.
that. And we have to, the society now is just messing. Guys, I'm telling you, you just have to tune in. Just pray. Pray. You find a guy, you meet a girl, just pray about this girl. Just pray, just go to God and pray. And like, this girl? If she is, I'm trust you. Just put it in prayer. Leave social anxiety. Men do not take no. Well, you guys have to learn to say no now. You have to, you have to learn to accept no, because there are no's all the time. People
Yeah.
say no to us all the time. So men, you have to learn to respectfully say no. And if you get this no, accept it and respect the girl for being honest and telling you no. We have to accept our no's graciously, because you can't also, there's nobody who always gets yes all the time. So men, we are encouraging you to know John is here, David is here. I'm telling you guys, you have to learn how to accept no's. You have
Yeah.
to know how to take no, how to handle it. It says what flash now, Abina is coming. Okay. And then it says this one, Abla, please still leave as Kumasi know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think he say Abla is coming for
I'm
Kumasi.
like, oh, I was talking about just that particular person.
Refer to as
He's
Keanu.
not talking about the whole Kumasi people.
Americans. So no, it was just that particular. I'm solely talking about that particular person, because I know many people from Kumasi who are very well rounded in culture, but this particular individual, I don't see him as a representative of Kumasi. But I'm just letting you guys know his flight path. That's it.
That's it. It's just flash path. But I am from Kumasi too. Just so I didn't take offense to it, because I do know. And honestly,
Okay.
we just really just want to, this is a good conversation to have. We just want to remind each other that this is out there. It is feeling. Is society is like true. It is crazy, and we just have to stay true to ourselves. The key is staying true to ourselves. We have to stay true to ourselves. We have to consider, as women, we have feelings and we have standards, and there are things that we like, things that we don't like, and we are not the same. Just because you grab somebody's behind last time and she loved it doesn't mean that the other person is going to like it. No. So we have to learn how to speak to women. We have to be honest. We have to be honest. We have to be genuine, and we have to understand where we are coming from. So, guys, the next topic we are going to talk about was going to be on our side. I'm glad this is a conversation I wanted to have, is parenting. The way our mothers raised us is the reason why we have the fact that our women at a certain age now still no husband, husbandless. It doesn't have anything to do with how we were raised as women, right? So I wanted us to have that, but we're not going to have that today. because I'm not looking at the time. So that is something we're going to come back and discuss.
Okay.
And we're also going to discuss what do we need to do to change that so that it doesn't affect our new generation today. Because we know how we are raising our children. We're not raising them to speak the way to respect women and speak to women. We are just raising them to be responsible, be strong, not show emotions and all of that. We want to talk about those two topics, but we can't do it today because it will be too long. And I promise that we weren't going to go over an hour and 30. So you guys have anything else you want to share? We can take a quick break and play, remind people about Sienna, just say 60 minutes, and then we'll come back. So you guys think about anything else you have, like a closing comment, John, David, Mercy, Abla. You guys think about that. Take 60 seconds, and then we'll come back and have your closing comments. Is that good?
You are welcome to Sienna 2025. Come and have a unique experience in Dallas, Texas.
Ago na miapete milemiakpe bemiva 32nd annual Sienna Convention Le Dallas Fort Worth. Dallas. Big D. Miva yava tepe. Aha. Sienna 2025. Mano bobo edolo. Miva midwaza. We want me at the Cornwall Friday evening. Sunday me our picnic. Me our church service. And all les zanzazata miniva.
Tata nyo plevo fonyo mi do bonso anamilo. Mi do bonso anami akpata mi de kukuna mi be mi kro mi ape famille o valo. Mi kro mi ape famille o mi afa po Dallas da. Mi ado azan. Azalo.
Azase.
Azale kongbe.
Azale wow.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Culture, guys. I am so grateful for your time today. I thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Do you guys have any last comments, any last remarks for people out there before we let you go? I'm gonna go with Abla. What do you think? Abla, you are mute.
My last remarks, I would just say, in all things, always lead with respect. You can never go wrong being respectful and kind. Although, yeah, I had my one incident with being kind, but I think just be respectful. That's the best advice I can give to men, women, children, dogs, and cats. Just when you lead with respect, you'll be surprised how far that will take you. So that's my closing remark.
Okay. All right. John, how about you?
I will say, I'll say just showing good role models in our societies. So if there are, men who show, the respect, or who highlight the kind of things we want men to be able to do in terms of trying to communicate with ladies, we need to highlight those kind of people so that the younger ones who are up and coming will see that kind of interaction and will be able to, I guess, emulate that. Another thing I will probably say will be to start socializing young men and women early, so they can start learning how to, respect each other, know about boundaries early on, so that when they grow up, they kind of grow with those kind of values. And then I would say another thing will probably be just maybe education or counseling in general for men who probably have had some kind of a bad upbringing, and these are things that may need to be taught to them so they can actually learn. I remember growing up, I don't know if we still have that, but we in our schools back in Ghana, we used to purchase what we call courtesy for boys and girls. And I think that was a really good book, because it kind of showed you how to behave in society. Sometimes even just talking to people, it kind of showed you the right etiquette and stuff like that. I feel if maybe we have some kind of awareness created, with either book or some kind of animation to show, hey, this is not right. This is the right way to go about it. Like the example of Abla gave from the beginning. I don't want to say the same thing, but maybe don't say this. Actually, go about it this way.
Right.
It's just nice for people to have a visual of what they need to be able to do, because I say social media, internet has done a lot of damage. Although it's done a lot of good, it's also done a lot of
It has
damage.
more damage. I agree.
People just don't know what is right from wrong. So I feel it's, if we can have some kind of a way to just educate people, just letting them know, okay, don't do this instead. Don't do this, do this instead. I think that definitely these would definitely be my takes on how to I guess help the young people, or just men in general who are struggling or having these kind of issues, to be able to approach ladies the right way, and kind of vice versa, if I'll put it that.
Yeah, thank you. Mercy, how about you? What is your closing comment?
I think it's just important to remember to value partnership in relationships. Remember that whoever you want to be with at the end of the day is someone you consider your partner, and somebody that you is not, you're not competing with that person. They're not below you. You can talk to them with respect. Like Abla said, respect is so important at the end of the day. And as long as you're approaching it in a respectful manner, most of the time, even when it comes to rejection, the female will reject in a respectful manner, or whatever it is. At the end of the day, you can all come together if you value partnership and just respect each other. So I think it's really important.
All right, thank you. Last but not least, Safianou, what do you think?
Yes, I think from what John said, to be able to see, I think we need to create something where men can see, something of action, something that shows how to speak, whether it's movies, right? But I think for men to speak with women with confidence, it's important to approach the conversation itself with respect always, and authenticity. I think lack of communication is bad, but we all need a mentorship. It's good to go seek a mentor, if someone that's married, because they've been through it. They've been through so many stages. It's okay to ask people in relationships, how did you do it, or how did you overcome, to help those in need of those type of struggles when it's time to talking to women. Also, also avoiding yourself away, keeping yourself away from society, or keeping yourself away from certain friends, because certain friends are not going to give you the correct answer, right? A lot of time people are failing because they're going through their friends' advice. They're calling their friends, hey, what should I do? What should I do? Then they end up failing. So I think just, even you might not be the best, but even your own intuition might be right. But you can't reject your own intuition, thinking your friends
think others' advice.
So we have to be mindful in that. So I think mentorship, very important. I think that's probably the only thing I can say. I mean, communication and everything else come along, but if you get mentor, you can, it adds on to more things, more wisdom that you can pick up to,
Okay. Well, thank you, David. So I have to say, to add to everybody, I have to say that be truthful to yourself. State your intention up front. Make sure that your intentions are known. I'm going to say that, we man, learn how to accept no. We have to learn how to accept no, because in life there's always no. You can't have all the girls. One is going to say no, the other going to say no, and finally somebody's going to say yes. So remember, so learn how to say no, and then we'll let your no means no. If you just say no, let it be no. Don't say no, but then maybe yes, and then say no, and then allowing the man to be spending money on you and all of that. Let your no mean no. So we have to stay consistent. But the one thing I wanted to add that I think is very, very important, it is to stop asking, like David was saying, stop asking other people's advice. Instead, pray about it. When you meet a girl, you really just like this girl. And even if you don't know anything, what you need to say or to this girl, pray about it first. I encourage you guys, you have no idea what prayer can do. Pray about this girl. Pray and say, God, if this, girl is, you want me to talk to this girl, I promise you, when you pray, generally pray, when you go, things will be different. Even the way you talk will be different because you pray about it before approach, women, or even women approaching men. Let's pray about it. Put things in prayer, because we don't anymore. We talk about our friends. We go to society, music, and go to society and see how people are doing it. Watching TikTok videos, how you to talk to a girl. Watching videos, how to talk to a girl. And that's not the way to talk to girls. So my most important number, if you didn't get anything out of this, pray. Pray about your relationships. When you meet somebody, pray about it. Pray about it and ask guidance. God will guide you. You have family, talk to your family, talk to your friends, and talk to your parents. David was saying, talk to those who are married. You have to watch those who are married too. You have to kind of watch who you talk to, because there are some people who are married as, they're not doing what they're supposed to do either, right? So just see who is the role model that you can talk to, so that they can teach you, and you can talk to your parents. So, and I'm also going to say, parents, we just need to talk to our children. We need to teach our children. We need to teach our children with relationships. So that's what I wanted to add. But, we just have to pray, because we are doing a lot of things nowadays and we don't pray about it. It is important that we pray. We have to bring God in. We need to bring God in everything that we do. So, guys, I thank you, John, very much for coming back. Abla, thank you so very much for coming back. Mercy, thank you for joining us. David, thank you very much. I want we have to come back and discuss, and I don't know how you guys feel. You feel okay coming back? Abla, we have to talk about this thing, about the women's side. We have to talk about that. And we have to talk about the young people, how this is affecting the young people, because I want our parents to also keep that in mind. That is helping. For example, we have women, children, teenagers who are having they have people spending time, boyfriend, girlfriend, in their homes, and we think that sometimes I was like, what? You allowing your child to stay in the house with a girlfriend, a boyfriend? My African parents, that cannot happen. You're right. Over my dead body. You know what I mean? So we want to talk about that and see, is that hurting our young African, women and men? Is that hurting them, or is that something? Because right now we are feeling it. We are taught, stay away from men. Stay away from men. Yeah. That's how we are taught. We have to fear men. So we're going to have that conversation. So Abla, if you're feeling up to it, we're going to come back. John, if you feel up to it, we'll come back. David, if you want to join, if you want to come back, we'll join. And Mercy, if you are up to it, we'll come back and discuss this, because it is very, really important for us to discuss that. But I thank you very much for joining. I appreciate you being here. I hope that, you guys can share this with everyone, share it with your platform, share it with your friends. This is a conversation we are having. We are not teaching anybody anything. It's just, it's a free country, right? We can say what we feel, and because we want everybody to get better. We want us to get better. We want things to go, and we want to stay true to ourselves. So I thank you guys for being here, John. We'll plan and see when we can come back and do this. Probably like early next year. I don't know. But we'll put it on the calendar. I'll reach out to you guys so that we can work this out.
Sounds good.
Then I want to thank you. Have a great week. Have a great Sunday. Thank your parents. Thank your wife, John, for allowing you to do this again and coming back again. All right. Abla, thank you. I'll stay in touch.
Thank you. All righty.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. So, guys, thank you very much for hanging in with us. We appreciate you. We thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for your comments. Every time Abla and John are here, I get more interaction, more comments. and I like it. So I want you guys to come back next time. I want you guys to join us so we can have more conversation like this, because we need it. It is very, very important. Next week, I am, debating and what I'm going to bring to you next week. So it's not really concrete yet, but we are going to come back with a very special topic. I'll let you guys know. But I thank you for joining. I want you to share this video with everyone you know. Subscribe to Siana TV and Chatting with Nicole if you have not already. And also check out the rest of the videos out there. We have a lot of other topics out there that I want you guys to check out. But stay safe and blessed. And I'm going to play, as I always do, I'm going to play this video for you guys to end this, to end the show. But miato ndakpe na mi nyabe gbe anglais po mi do voa nyabe mi se nyake mi gblon voa mle bio mi be na ne mi le kame mi ahun le kame wa mi partager lien ko do no wa chan wa va kame ni mi a chan mi a discuter voa il est très très important be que convaincre eni a situation yo le mi abe culture me ndo mi le wa ele mu le don mi adio mi do la pon po so wanti donc a enti ye mi le wonu yoro enti am le kukuna mi are mi partager ko da me comme le kame wa dimanche prochain mi la va ka e moaji 16h ou bien 21h à Ghana, Benin, Togo, GMT. Ni ava kame ni mi a discuter. Wa kengwe majoa am le ja jouer si bele ke mo ne am le ja jouer eni a video de na mi game ane na tradition togbi be show de be so do da man be ma jouer na mi ne mi ase. But mi a dogo dimanche prochain 16h à 21h. Guys, I thank you very much. I'll see you guys right here on Siana TV or Chatting with Nicole, either 4 p.m. Eastern Time or 8 p.m. GMT on Sunday. Stay safe and blessed, and I'll see you next week.
Iftiade vodu subo me koe miatem ano. Hafi miatem ano agbe ale nti fafa mele jijo poko me hafi mi avo ano agbe ha.
Ame abia se nenema. Yo.
Me de ko mi asubo vodu hafi mi avo.
Enyama bantiro do ale kwede. Amesi amajova vo. Manye ba ne force amade ba church la ikapela vo alvo dula o kapela vo awo. Jojo maka o chale jova amade le fifia. Ola ti force ba ne church na yi muslim ne we matthew. Ela troka kaka vo a. E mo ibele je maka nti gbedegboro. Ego menko. Ye cha jojo mo budeva. Kafla amado paso ba paji vi paso gula de be fia ba ogula ba taji vodu alonde jokwa amade. Egale kebe amade fifia o play ba dolo vodure kwa. Ame o play ba dolo vodure kwa. Yo ba jatri. Alo oklu cheare. Ela to fia kwa I church kwa. Be edibi avota. Ela te vama. Ga kana manyi ba mo le to wa. Kafla vodu si do over troji mo le church fifia o le bien. Nde kama lo wo mo. Paso o ba tro subo bo ta me na ne ti o cholo ga mo pe o ne ma ka musi o no ganga o troji mo I church o ntifa bo amaro tro o jara para podo mu amaro tro o no mo ngba le tepo etu ale ike o ntolo ko ero gbo ya ma biara bo ba me ko se tori e chi le ko se mo ntontonto a e ko se ntonto a la le ti adu wa I church ya ma be ne le vodu gbo kokwe la vo amaro le vodu gbo fe bo la ya du awo le vodu agbo me le pleji koko domo mo kona o mele nwa nwitu a o mo mele seji o mo matevo me ba ne le vodu gbo kwa e ko be le vo ne gbe ne le vodu gbo kwa o ru ne vodu ako de ko le dujo kuma ko o kwa mi jere ji ko kwa le nu kwa le vo a o e ji kele ko le vodu agbo le kele ko le subo le kele ko ne nti do ro a la te no vovo amagba le kele ti no ne bobo nu oga kama vo agbo me nu ka menye mo ma be to vai mo mo I ka merci amzo va ki ge me yeji ba to la po vovo lo don ti yan ba pare ma o bo to gbe be ato re